What's up, everybody? Ponylover1989 here. The next anime title I'm going to be telling you about is The Adventures of Hutch the Honeybee. The Adventures of Hutch the Honeybee, or original Japanese title Konshu Monogatari Minashigo Hachi, is an anime TV show produced by Tatsunoko Productions. The series features the adventures of a young bee named Hutch, the son of the queen bee. Hutch is separated from his mother when his native beehive was attacked and destroyed by an attack of wasps. The series follows Hutch as he searches for his missing mother in the midst of her frequently hostile nature. The second season, The New Adventures of Hutch the Honeybee, and 26 episodes, was produced in 1974. The original series was remade in 1989 under the same Japanese title, Minashigo Hutch. The original show in 1971 is notable for its frequent sad and cruel scripts. In many of the episodes, Hutch would befriend another insect only to see his new friend die in a violent and painful death. In one, he befriends a female honeybee who lost her brothers and sisters to the hornet army. The 1989 remake, however, featured completely new episodes and a much more lighthearted story. On July 31st, 2010, a movie which was the remake of the TV show was released in Japan titled Hutch the Honeybee. After being broadcasted in several of the European countries, the show was re-edited and translated in English by Saban Entertainment in the year of 1996. 65 out of 91 episodes being dubbed. Saban edits cut out some of the show's violent material. The story begins with a queen bee hive being attacked and destroyed by an army of wasps, which almost killed all the bees inside and devoured their eggs. The queen bee was forced to flee, but the egg was saved from a terrible slaughter, ending up hidden under a leaf. This egg was then found by the female bumblebee, the queen's handmaid, and taken by her as if it were one of her own. The little Hutch, or in the Japanese version, Hachi, or Hotch, as the protagonist is originally a male, a bee drone, is thus raised by the mother bumblebee with love and dedication, but is despised and isolated by his half-brothers. One day, the bee discovers that he has actually been adopted, and that his mother is the queen bee. Therefore, Hutch the bee decides to abandon the family in which he grew up, that he never felt fully accepted, and sets out on a quest in search of his mother. In the midst of a nature that will very often prove to be very hostile, dangerous, and cruel. From here, the young bee will experience a great deal of adventures. He will meet various animals that will prove to be his friends, such as butterflies, amphibians, mice, other bees, caterpillars, etc. Many of them, however, will meet a very tragic, painful end, while also many ruthless enemies against the protagonist will engage in very hard fights such as spiders, toads, ants, wasps, hornets, snakes, moles, predatory birds, reptiles, praying mantises, and even humans with their traps and their poisons. During his adventure, Hutch will meet another bee named Aya who will decide to take part in his search. Eventually, Hutch, after many hardships, finds his mother, and he will save her from a certain death. You'll also find out that Aya is actually his long-lost sister who managed to survive the wasp attack at the beginning of the story. Leaving finally his loneliness, Hutch will find his family and will put his efforts in rebuilding his kingdom, trying to make it even nicer and more peaceful than it once was. Other foreign languages of the series. The original series was also broadcasted in France by TF1 and Quebec in Canada, starting in 1979 under the title Le Petit Prince Orphelin and Hutch Le Petit Prince Orphelin. The re-edited Saban Entertainment version was broadcasted in 1997 under the title Mickey la Belle, or Mickey the Bee, from a French dubbing. In Italy, the show was broadcasted by various TV channels in local late 1970s as L'Avventure de Ape Maga, or The Adventures of Maga the Bee, a title that is similar to the more popular Maya the Bee, with a dub-derived original from the Japanese version. In the Italian dubbing, the male character Hutch had been turned into a female bee like Aya from the other TV series Maya the Bee, which created some awkward moments in translations, such as in the episode which depicts Hutch falling in love with a female butterfly. The Italian dialogue sometimes left the character's gender unclear, generating some confusion. In 1997, a new dub derived from the American version aired on Italia 1 under the title Una vera d'avventure per l'ape maga, translated as A Hive of Adventures of Maga the Bee. The second dub, the gender of the main character is male, despite the name still being Maga. The show was also broadcasted in Spain by a television network, Telecinco. The show was also dubbed in Arabian in 1984 by GCC Joint Program Production Institution, which based in Kuwait. In Latin America, the show was broadcasted as Juzimail in the 1980s for Mexico. The original edition was sent to 1984 to be transmitted by Televisa and Canal 6. That got a lot of appreciation by the fans due to the dramatic script and the non-translated Japanese intro and ending. Some years later, the remake was named Las Aventuras de Hutch, were transmitted also by Televisa, and being adapted from the American version of the animation, it got less popular than the original series. In Brazil, it was broadcasted by Rede Globo. In Israel, it was broadcasted in 1997 on Arutz Hayadlim. In the Philippines, it featured as a TV series with the title Hutch ang Batang Bubuyog, or translated as Hutch the Kitty Bee. In Germany, the series was named Flitz des Kind, or translated as Filz the Bee Child. The German dub was produced by Saban Entertainment in 1994 and was based on the US dub. The original 91 episodes were cut together for a total of 65. The series premiered on a Germany channel of Art, was known as Da Erst, on December 29th of 1996. Anyway, this is basically all I can tell you about the anime TV series, The Adventures of Hutch the Honeybee. The Adventures of Hutch the Honeybee. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you'd like me to talk about more anime titles like this one, write down in the comments below and explain your thoughts. Or if you want me to watch and react to an entire season and series of the anime TV show Pokemon, write down in the comments below and explain what you think. And if you like this video, click a thumbs up. Notify me and don't forget to subscribe. Ponylover1989 signing off, and I will see you all in the next video. See you later, everyone.